Welcome to P3 Radio.
The monkey only dances as good as the guy grinding the organ handle.
Brother.
I fly, bro. That is never stopping.
Truck goes to Dwayne.
Cool story, bro.
Footy pajamas.
Hey, genius, it's 2 p.m. Central.
PG3 Radio.
Here's your host, Josh Riley,
Get him off pig, Freddy.
Get him on big, Richard Mullican.
And as I put you down, my pants ripped.
It's showtime! It's showtime! It's showtime!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of P3 Radio. I'm Richard Mullican, joined by my co-host, the man that's no stranger to the rain. He's the 1983 Mr. Dixie Youth Grand Champion and best friend Josh Briley. Say, hey, Josh.
How's it going, Richard Lee? How you doing, man?
Man, I think I'm almost over winter.
Yeah.
And we've still got like another month and a half.
Right. Well, it's been a bit icy.
Yeah, I mean, I can
So
do
icy.
I can do snow, which, you know, all of our friends up north and like our buddy Lance has got a whole bunch of snow, and our buddies, I got a few friends in Indiana and a few friends, all of them got snow. I can deal with snow. Like, snow is like one of those things. It's beautiful. It's
You
pretty.
can build a man out of it.
How do you know it's a man?
What makes a man? I think I might know. Snow.
Snow? No, I mean, how can you tell the snowman's a man?
Depends on where you put the carrot.
We always use cucumbers.
Are we going to get to that point? That's a snow person.
It's a snow person. Don't pronoun that snow person.
He no longer wears a fedora.
Yeah.
He just wears a gardening hat because those are unisex.
Oh man, but yeah, I'm kind of over winter because it's just freaking cold and ice. That's all we got was like a light dusting of ice.
And ice ain't nothing nice, baby.
That's Jamie Dundee's slogan.
All right, yeah, I was confused there for a minute. I didn't know what you were doing.
Well, do you like the ice?
No, I don't like the ice.
Okay,
at
well
all.
then it ain't nothing nice, huh?
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It's nothing pretty about it. You know what I mean? There's nothing pretty about ice. You know, I mean, at least when it snows, it's like you've got all the nice white snow that's out there.
I just see a bunch of shit I got to drive through
Yeah.
because, you know,
I don't know. It's always, snow is at least pretty. You know what I mean? And that's what makes it different.
I fucking hate it because bad things happen in the snow. Anytime my car has broke down, like two of the last times, it has been snowing. You know?
Really?
And fucking, let's see. I always try to go to work. So no matter what, my ass has got to make that trek.
Right.
You know, and it fucking sucks.
Yeah, I mean, there's this one area that we have to drive through when I have to go to hit the bypass from here that always floods right over there. You know what I'm talking about off Riverside? That always floods over, is it Washington Street or whatever?
I don't go in that area.
Over off Riverside. You've been there before, over the railroad tracks right there by the pallet shop. There's water that sits on the road.
Oh, yeah. You
like
turn left. Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't know the name of that road.
I think it's called Washington Street. I might be wrong. It's right there off of State Street, over by the JEA
It's
plant.
called Road Has Not Been Nurtured Since 1995.
They don't have a drainage system, apparently.
Dude.
If it rains a thimbleful of water, there's about 2 feet of water that sits on that road.
I'm just going to make it. I mean, this is the truth. If you were driving a go-kart down that road,
Oh, yeah.
it would get swallowed.
Oh, yeah. You wouldn't be able to...
You couldn't get the go-kart out of the potholes.
No. But I've driven through that when it was, like, not as high, and then it's cold, and then, like, for some reason, I guess the thin water just immediately starts developing ice on your tires. Because
that's how it works.
I don't know how it works, but there's been 2 or 3 times I've driven through there in the last couple of weeks and just started sliding back and forth. It's like, oh, Jesus. So, I don't know. I don't want it to be hot as balls either. You know what I mean? I'm just... I didn't treasure fall like I should have. You know what I mean?
Well, it didn't
Don't
last.
know what you got.
It didn't last that long.
Till it's gone.
It's really fucking hot usually until almost November now.
Well, what was it last year when Gobi was here? We were like, man, it's nice out. He's like, yeah, this is called spring. It's like, we don't have spring. It's usually cold, 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 sweltering hot. You know what I mean? There's no in between. So I don't know, man. I'm just, if it's going to be this cold and it's going to, ice over, it might as well snow. I mean, if you're going to have ice on the ground, I'd rather have snow too. You know what I mean?
Well, you don't get to pick.
No, apparently not.
So,
so it's been a crazy week with all the ice and stuff, and I'm sure you've had a crazy week. We hadn't been going to the gym as much. We got 2 days in this week. We got 4 days in last week. I got to get back. I got to get to where I'm going 6 days a week again.
Yeah.
Got to. I've got to go on Fridays and Saturdays whether I like it or not.
well, you got it in your backyard. That's what I
I
don't
don't have it
understand.
in my backyard. I have it in my shed. I do.
Oh, yeah, because if you had it in the yard, you'd be a fucking peasant then, right? What is this, East Los Angeles?
No, I'd probably
We've got
be-
weight benches in the yard.
But seriously, who do you know that just has weight benches like laying out in the yard that's not on probation or house arrest?
Well, you stumped me there.
Yeah.
I was going to name a few.
Name a few people. And then I said that's not on
Then
probation
you gave me
or house arrest.
limitations.
Yeah. There's a reason why the weight bench is in the yard. It's because they can't get out of the yard, Josh.
Because they used to being in the yard when they're lifting it, right?
No, I mean, I find it...
Man, I lifted weights in the yard for the last 10 years. I'm just going to take it outside, man.
I can see myself in the next couple of years selling that weightlifting equipment, or not the gym equipment I have in there. Maybe except for the stair machine, because I love that stair machine. But the other stuff I could give or take, and it's hard to control the heating and air in there, especially when I pay for the gym now, so it's just easier for me to go to the gym and not have to worry about heating and cooling a shed for like an hour. You know what I mean? I have to heat up that shed for like a good 30 minutes to get it warm enough. And in the summertime when it's really hot, I got to cool it down for like an hour. I got to cool it down.
You don't have to. You just choose to.
Oh, God. If I didn't, man, it would be sweltering in there.
Money like you got, you ought to run a goddamn HVAC unit out there.
All year round.
Just keep it comfortable. You know?
Even when I'm not going out there.
Fuck it.
I almost busted my ass out there today. We got those steps. We made those wooden steps, and they kind of, when you stand on the bottom step, the back of it kind of pops up a little bit because the ground ain't even, and then when you step on the top step, it pops back in. Well, what?
You can tell Mennonites didn't make that shit.
Well, they were level when we made them, but when we put them on the ground, it was like there's some concrete there, and I was like, we could break the concrete up, or we could just let it pop back and forth, and it's not much. It's like maybe a quarter of an inch that it pops back and forth from the shed. But that quarter,
like if you had inner ear trouble, you just fall all over the fucking place. That kind of
quarter of an inch.
Ain't too bad.
You've been giving a quarter of an inch to your wife for years now.
Shit.
Hold it. Give it too much there. No, man, but that quarter of an inch makes a hell of a difference if those wooden steps are frozen. So when I stepped on it today, it was like quarter of an inch move, foot goes sliding. I'm like, fuck this shit.
Oh, man. You'd have busted them steps apart.
What is that supposed to mean?
Well, you're a bit hefty. I think you would.
You think I'm heavier than like the sturdiness of that wood?
I think if you built
Decking boards?
I think if you built it, first
Oh,
off,
okay. Here we go.
then you factor
This
in
is-
your attitude towards the project.
This is,
I could either bust this concrete up, or I could just let it shake this quarter of an inch. We'll get used to it.
yeah.
Like, you
always just
you
kind of
steadfasted. You just like spearheaded to the goddamn finish line.
I feel like
you ignored the.
You never put faith in anything I do or say to you. Like, I could tell you, hey, Josh, that man over there is giving away apples. And you'd be like, there ain't no man over there.
probably worms. All
Probably
in
worm,
shit.
yeah. Probably been sticking those apples up his butthole. I'm getting one of them butthole apples. That's where you'd be. If I told you I was selling apples, you'd probably be the same way. You're probably shoving them up your butthole. You ain't got apples.
Who'd you steal them from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why you blindly do that. I tell you stuff at the gym all the time, and you're like, "Yeah, that's probably not true." I'm like, "Shit, what did I do? What do I have to do?"
You know,
Sometimes I look it up on Google, and you're like, "Yeah, no, that's not right." I'm like, "I've got hardcore evidence here."
you just your track record. You're suspect.
What is my
at
What is
best.
my track record, Josh? Give me at least 2 things that I've told you that, like, in the last couple years that.
Oh, there we go. I can't remember the last couple of years. So
Tell you one damn thing. I'm the man you want when you pass out on your lawn.
is it? I think I would have been a little less sore when I woke up.
You've been more dead.
Maybe.
You've been frostbitten. If you once frostbitten twice, yeah. But
Well, I'm gonna tell you something, Richard Lee.
I ripped pants for you, motherfucker.
I looked up the temperature for that night,
oh, you did.
and it was 34.
Oh yeah. So that
So
so you would have
frostbite-
lived fine. You wouldn't have died.
No.
Because the body can get down to 34 degrees and live comfortably.
Oh, it can get lower than that. I mean, for a short period of time.
I was sitting there
I'd
looking
have
at
hulked
you.
right up, and I'd be like, "Oh, damn, I'm cold."
I was sitting here looking at you for 2 reasons. One, I was like, how the fuck do you, who told you that?
No,
And
no.
2, I was sitting there thinking, wait, can your body get that cold? I was like, no, your body can't get that. I think if you get below like
Well,
90,
I don't know.
Two?
I do know this. There was this fucking paraglider or whatever it is that I think it's a paraglider where like in foreign countries they got those big like mountains and shit like landscapes.
yes, we have those here too, Josh.
Well, no, but it's more so like in the Alps and shit where people can wingsuit and stuff. It's like the prime place or whatever. But there was this woman. It was in Germany.
So a paraglider, it looks like a parachute
Yes,
with
yeah.
like a
And-
fucking one of those things called in Louisiana, the fan boats.
It got a fan boat motor on
You got
it.
a fan boat motor on you there. I don't know why I
Anyways.
went Jamaican.
They got gators down there too. Don't
You got
they?
you got the fan boat motor man, and you got the parachute, and you just woo motor over the mountain, man.
Well, anyways,
Yeah.
this woman in 2007. Now, mind you, she was a fucking like she paraglided for the national team in Germany or whatever.
Who was the first motherfucker that you think jumped off a mountain with a parachute on and one of those industrial fans strapped to their back?
I don't know, man. He probably had some big old balls, so he probably had a big old fan to push his
I
ass.
think we're gonna have to fire Timmy. He's been stealing all the tarps and fans out of this warehouse.
Anyhow,
So, anyways,
this
go ahead.
bitch, like that, like they said that well, we got to do this, but some of you may be in danger, so be careful. There's a storm coming, and either way, there's like 100 and something of them jumping off of this same mountain.
At the same time,
Region.
That's how loud is the motor?
I have no idea.
Imagine how, like 20 people lawn mowing one area.
Either way, that she jumped off, everything was fine, and then somehow she kind of got near the storm cloud or whatever, and the shit literally sucked her up in to the goddamn cloud, into the storm or whatever,
Right.
and propelled her. It was like damn near 30-something thousand feet. It was more than 25,000 feet. It's literally where jets like glide or whatever.
So you're saying
Way
Jesus
too-
took the wheel.
way too fucking tall or high for her to be.
Right.
And they said it gets down to like negative 40 up there.
Oh, yeah.
Negative 40. And she remembers passing out. Like she passed out for like an hour because she was up there for a long time. And she wakes up, her hands are froze, she can't fucking move. She can't control the goddamn thing, so she just has to let it do whatever. And the she got down or whatever, and she stayed in the storm cloud for like almost another hour.
Right.
Lightning and shit everywhere. She's waking up intermediately, looking at all this shit, but she can't fucking move her hands because they're froze.
Right.
And finally, somehow she gets out of it, and she goes, they said 60 kilometers away from where she was when she started.
Wow.
Now, I don't know kilometers. I know it's like, what is it, almost 3 to 1 or something like that?
A 5K is 3.1 mile.
Either way, she was a long fucking way away. And the doctor said that she survived because she literally passed out. And,
It's 37 and 0.28 miles, Josh.
so double.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
But either way, her passing out saved her life because whenever you're unconscious, everything lowers. Like your heart rate
Heart rate.
lowers. So being
Blood
in
alcohol level if you're lucky.
being in that fucking negative 40 or whatever, she was able to survive.
So the record for the lowest body temperature at which an adult has been known to survive is 56.7 degrees.
Damn.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm sure she probably was close to that then.
Well, negative 40 and you're only in like a jacket where you're
And
prepared.
a fan behind you. Turn the damn fan off.
It's like 60 when you take off. No, you got to buy a coat from up here, motherfucker. And it's like fucking Moses. Hey, I got these Arctic jackets on sale, motherfucker.
Yeah. So, I almost busted my ass today on that, on the steps, and I'm tired of it being cold. But
Like she was.
yeah. Turn the damn fan off. Shit.
I can't fucking move.
Who am I talking to? By myself. I don't know, man. Do you ever have like one of those like I want to bungee jump, or did you ever want to do anything like that?
I'm very afraid of stuff like that.
Really?
I'm not in control.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you have to be in control of everything you do.
Or I'm uneasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
But I mean, like whenever somebody else is driving or whatever, like I'm fucking the coach. Whenever I'm the passenger
Right.
and my wife's driving, I'm giving her suggestions.
Right.
And if
Pump-
you want to fucking drive, well, no, I don't want to drive. I just want to live.
Right. Well, I mean, you got to realize this too. I mean, how often does she wreck with you not in the vehicle?
Let's see. She's had a couple wrecks, I think. So I don't trust
Lately?
her. And within our relationship, yes.
Almost had an old bat back into me at Walmart today.
An
So
old
pissed.
bat.
Yeah. He was from a different county and he's old.
Oh.
And I was already out and like backing up, about to put it in drive. And all of a sudden I just see in my rear view camera just a car coming back. And I was like, what the heck?
It's a free world, bitch.
And I mean, he was like inches from hitting me. I threw it in the drive and just pulled up really fast. He never saw me. He never looked. He never did anything. It was that old Jerry Seinfeld bit where he was like, what is this about old people that they don't look when they back up? They just throw it in reverse and like, I'm coming back.
I've earned this.
Right.
I have earned this.
Yeah. So he almost clipped my back fender today and I threw it in drive. And then going to Walmart.
You could have filed that on insurance. You'd been like, he hit me back here, and then my goddamn front valence, my splash shield just popped out.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. I have no proof of this. I need to take the bolts out there and see if they screw in. So I told you this past week that when we went to go visit my friend in West Virginia, him and his family, that my new car, I had just taken it for an oil change and pulled up at a gas station and just kind of lightly scraped the curb, right? And we go...
Because you got a fucking low rider, right?
Well, no, I mean, but it was like one of those where they poured the concrete all high. It's probably a flood zone they built the damn gas station in. It was somewhere in Kentucky. So
We got 4-wheel drives here. We ain't worried about that shit.
pour the concrete high. That bluegrass will get right to you. Like, what? Makes
Everybody's
no
got a
sense.
lift kit, so it
Yeah.
don't fucking matter.
So I just scraped the, like, ever so, I mean, it was a good hit, but it wasn't like I just rammed it, and it wasn't like you just heard, it didn't lift the car. It was just like a little, and I was like, oh, shit, because it was a new car. You know how you baby a new car, for the first 6-7 weeks, you're like,
I've never owned one, but I could imagine.
it's not a brand new car, but you've owned a newer car.
That's my wife's car.
Well, you know how you baby it. You don't get in it and like slam the door real hard
No.
and like risk bumping into.
Treat it like it's your grandma's car.
Yes, yes. So yeah, we got it, and when I hit that front, I was like, oh shit, that ain't good. Well, we were, traveling a little bit more, and we heard we're like, what the hell is that? We got out and looked, and there's a guard underneath the bumper. It's called the splash shield. It's supposed to just keep water from going up and hitting the motor and everything. Right. Well, it is down.
We make those at my work. Did you know that?
Yeah. You could have got me a deal.
We don't make those for Kia, though.
Oh.
Make other shit.
So the corners had fallen, and it was dragging and everything. I was like, oh, man. I couldn't find. I was like, oh, the what are they called? The little pins that you push in.
Well, they're to me they're PFAS blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
but they're what's fasteners.
Fasten like the little pin fasteners that you just push in.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, I must have popped those out. Keep in mind, I was like, I never saw them. They must have just popped out as I was going down the road or something. So long story short, we zip tied up because and then I was pissed for like 3-4 weeks. Then I just kind of forgot about it. And I got
goddamn zip ties on my new car.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I was like, I was kicking my shoes together to get the dust off my feet before I got in this thing.
Every time I open the door now, I hear a fucking banjo in my head. Fucking shit.
Just a guy whispering, "You're poor. You're poor."
I asked a guy for a fucking nickel yesterday. I don't even fucking know why.
Oh, let me get back to I'm poor in just a second. Because I got another story for you. So
you got an actual pour.
I've got one that made me feel like somebody.
That features a pour.
It's those situations where you're doing something and somebody comes through and you got duct tape on some shit. It's like they look at you like you're poor. Like, look over there, Josh. You see how I got that air conditioner in that window? I've got it secured, but there were certain areas that I had to duct tape up. When people come over here, I think, that looks poor. Yeah. I look poor.
There's like certain people you're not inviting up to this room.
Right.
No, it's just office.
Yeah. That's just
boring shit in there.
Yeah, you don't go in there. Just wrestling figures and stuff. No, don't go in there. Just little things. Yeah. Like my wife tore down the ceiling on my porch because she wants to put a swing up because that's going to be fun trying to reinforce that shit. But she tore all that down about a year ago, and it's still down, Josh. And every day I walk to the house, I'm like, it looks like I'm poor. Like I can't even afford a fucking ceiling for my porch.
Ceiling from my outside.
Yeah, I'm poor. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. So
I think you should hire somebody to fix it.
I'm cheap.
I didn't get rich acting that way.
I'm cheap. Now here's where I will hire somebody to fix it. If I can pull up a YouTube video and they're like, all right, now what you're going to need is a 14/16 hex screw wrench. And we're going to about 17 steps on this. Right. Now what you're going to want to do is grab that motor and rip it straight up. And I'm like, nope. Paying somebody to do this shit.
This is where an acetylene rig is your friend.
Right. When they start mentioning tools that I've never heard of.
Or you're going to have to invest like $300 or more into it.
I'm going to have to go rent one of these? No, I'll just...
I could blow my house up with this.
Right.
Now, if your cars might be leaking gas, don't use this shit. You will blow up.
Right.
I'm good, man. I'll take it to Eddie's Mufflers.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Exactly. But if you get on there and you're like, all you got to do is loosen this bolt, and loosen this bolt. Congratulations, you have changed it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Then I'm like, all right.
I'll tackle that.
But for the most part, that's almost everything. Putting a ceiling on that porch, it ain't nothing we hadn't done to this house. You know what I mean? We've done shit to this house. So I can do that. I don't really feel comfortable. You know my history with swings.
They fall.
And I told my wife, I was like, I've never been on a front porch swing that hasn't fell.
I haven't either.
And
at some point, that motherfucker's going to fall.
Even over at my aunt's house, they have one of these that they went up in the rafters and used these big hooks. And then we were sitting over there, and I was like, I just don't feel easy on this. And everybody's over there. That swing ain't going to fall. I'm like, I feel like y'all are talking this up. I bet you this swing could fall. But no.
Ain't Connie hurt her knee? The swing fell on it. Had her foot bent in.
Yeah, it's like that's when That's when you hear somebody outside and you're like, oh, good Lord, those kids done had that swing fall on them. Like, oh, shit, get out there.
They had the baby in the swing. They had the baby in the swing. Get out there.
but yeah. So, anyways, we were in Kentucky. We heard the boom, 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 and like I said, so we're fastening the thing up with
Fucking zip
fucking
ties.
zip ties, like a poor person. God, I hated it.
Why'd you just spit after you said
Ah.
zip tie? Because that leaves phlegm in my fucking
Yeah.
mouth when I say that.
Like a common man.
Somebody working manual labor
Yeah.
or something. Ugh.
So, anyways, I zip tied it back up because I couldn't find the push pins or anything like that, and I just decided, well, it ain't hurting nothing. We'll change it eventually, and I just kind of forgot about it. Well, I got to thinking, I was like, hey, that splash guard goes pretty far back. I wonder if they have to remove that to change the oil. So I looked up a video on YouTube, and sure enough, they have to remove that to change the oil. So I'm like, well, shit. Now I've got to get another splash guard, and I've got to get the push pins to put it back in and everything like that. All right. Call around. Local Kia place was like, it'll be $300 for the part. I look on Amazon. It's $130 for the part. I'll order it from Amazon.
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 I had a birtation there.
I'll never see it another way again.
Amazon.
Amazon.
Like Walmart.
Oh, Walmart. Walmart.
That's somebody that's a real big fan of Walmart. Look at all you Walmarts out
Oh, you
here.
Walmarts. That's a poor mark.
So I bought it off of Amazon. So I was looking at a way to put it back on. And that's when the interesting part, that's when this is when Columbo figures everything out, except I'm the dumb guy that's trying to fool Columbo that doesn't have anything figured out. And I'm sitting there like, I've got this video that shows me how to put it back on because I couldn't find a video to put it back on, Josh. Couldn't find a video, but the oil change. I was like, bet.
I'll take it to the same people and get them to put it on again.
No. So the oil change, I was like, they've got to show you how to take it off. And the first thing the guy tells you on the video, there's 17 10-millimeter bolts that secure this thing. And I'm like, son of a bitch, when they did the oil change, they didn't put my bolts back in.
I mean, good for Kia being like safe and stuff.
Yeah.
17 goddamn
17 bolts.
bolts? Are you serious?
For a splash. Well, I guess because it's so big. Because it's from the bumper to almost the front passenger seat. Yeah. That's how big this
It
thing
fucking
is.
encases the whole underpinning.
Pretty
of the car.
much. Pretty much. I mean, there's not going to be a cat getting to your motor because there's no way for that cat to get up there.
Right. That cat's going to have to unfasten about 5 of them fasteners, right?
Or just let the fucking guys at Walmart's Tire and Lube Center
You have a whole goddamn family of cats under your car.
get them all under there. So yeah. So that's when I got to think. It's like, hey, I didn't hit that curb hard enough to rip out the screws and the nut that was on it, the little washer.
Yeah.
Because you would have saw like something, because I didn't hit screw first. The screws were receded. So you have the receded screw and the casing. The casing wasn't ripped. It was still like normal. So it's like they didn't put my screws back in.
Yeah.
But now it's like they did the oil change in like mid-October. So it's a little bit long to be pissed now about it.
Them went into the trash about 5:30 that day.
Yeah.
Damn.
Where'd all these
What's
10-millimeter bolts come from?
It ain't mine. Throw them away.
Just toss them. We don't want them in a tire. So yeah, those sons of bitches. And then so now I've got to figure out a way to get under my car because I'm not the smallest of frame guy. And I've got to get under there and undo the other one and get the new one on. It's going to be a job.
Now, I got a low-profile jack if you need to borrow it.
I told you before. Something just don't feel right about being on a jack. With it being on a jack and me being under it. I don't know enough
for
about cars.
The least amount of time. Well, I could tell you.
Well, my father-in-law has a floor jack.
I mean, I do too.
Oh, you got a... No, I'm talking about one of those that you roll under it and you pump it up like with a big handle like they use in like shops and stuff. You don't know what a floor jack is?
So he's lifting your whole goddamn car up? Or what are you saying?
Huh?
Like...
Do you know what a floor jack is?
I get what you're saying, but the one like my granddad had, you can't use that on cars now.
Really?
No, you had to put it under the bumper and like cars.
Oh yeah, you couldn't do
plastic
it
bumpers
there.
and shit.
Yeah, you couldn't do it there. But
Show
you
me
could-
what you're talking about.
a floor jack. It's got the wheels like a creeper, like this.
That's literally what I have.
Yeah. Oh, you got one of those?
Yes.
Oh.
Low profile. That way I can get under lowered cars.
Oh yeah, I can get under my car with this too. My car's not lowered.
Well,
it's just
mine is.
yeah.
But that's why I bought it. But either way, you can borrow that, man. I'll throw it.
I'm thinking about getting one of
Trunk.
some of those ramps.
Well, like I told you as well, Walmart has them ramps for like $37. You fucking put some wrapping paper over it that you got left over or something.
Yeah, because that's what I want to trust. Wrapping paper that's holding my car up.
Well, if you want to fucking put cardboard over the damn
I don't
ramps,
feel like putting anything on it because I don't want anything skidding. I don't want the car to skid off the ramp.
it's not going to do that. Look, if you want to take these ramps back, then you do
Told
what
you,
I
I
say.
don't mind keeping the ramps. If they're $37, I'll keep them. Eventually, I'm gonna need them again.
Well, damn, you want to throw away $37 like that? Just give it to me. Be the same shit.
You want to borrow them? You can keep them for a little while. I'd ask you if you wanted to go in with me on them, and you're like, no, hell no, I won't do that. Go in with you on Rams. It is a weird There's a weird what is it?
Proposition?
Proposition.
Man,
yeah.
we can start a mechanic shop.
Drive it on up there. That's the other thing. I can't imagine with my driving skills. I'm not the greatest driver in the world. Can't imagine this is going to be easy driving up on those ramps.
Well, you get your fucking old lady or your kid to help you or something. She drives the car and you fucking tell her when to stop.
The kid?
Yeah.
She can't even touch the pedals. I don't
Does
think.
she follow orders? Oh, okay. She can't reach the pedals. That's one thing.
Kick it in neutral, baby.
Throw that stick on that brake now. Throw that stick on that brake. Well, get your fucking wife to help you.
Yeah, I might do
Or
that.
your father-in-law.
But here's the thing, Josh.
Get on Mac to help
I
you.
can't afford shit right now. This is why
That's
I told
a
you.
lie.
I know. This is why I
You're
said.
broke?
All right, so I'm not broke, but here's what happened.
That look you gave me.
I might as fucking well be broke, Josh.
Me broke?
On Groundhog Day, 2 days ago.
That's when it was?
Yes.
I did not know
Today's
that.
the 4th when we recorded this. On Groundhog Day, which the groundhog saw his shadow 6 more weeks of winter, if you believe in weather rodents. Anyways, on Groundhog Day, my wife come in and said, I don't feel like cooking. You don't feel like cooking. Go pick up Los Portales. Los Portales is a local Mexican restaurant we have here.
The portal.
Los Portales, I think it means the doors.
The portal.
Is that what it means? Mm-hmm. Are you sure?
Look at you Googling me.
I am.
Now, you ought to know with my obsession with Latino women that I know
Older women, too.
that I know at least.
I'm going to know about Ben Gay, and I'm going to know about Spanish. But when have you ever heard and I'm sure you're not having casual conversation with older Latino women. The videos you're watching, nobody ever says, put it in the portal.
No. I work around a lot of them.
So they told you that's what Los Portales means? Yeah, the portals. You're right.
Thank you. Let me get that sound drop and put it on the board.
Which one?
No, you're right.
Oh, I thought you were wanting me to say a sound drop.
Oh, you have great tits. That'd be applicable for what I'm talking about.
You have great tits. They're really beautiful. I like nice tits.
What I'm afraid I'm going to do.
Muy bueno, chichis, mamacita.
I just saw the button for what I'm afraid I'm going to do if I drive up on the ramp wrong.
Oh, God, now I can't even drive.
It just falls off the ramp and breaks an axle.
Wait, ain't nobody sitting.
Oh, God, now I can't even drive.
Then you realize fucking Doc's out there.
Oh, jeez. That is what?
Ain't nobody.
No, ain't nobody said anything about Little Bill. Where's Oh, I was so sad.
Here, Doc.
Oh, man.
Truck goes to Dwayne.
I didn't mean to hit that button.
Kia goes to the scrapyard.
Oh, God. I can't even drive. But anyways, I might as well be poor, Josh, because I go to pick up Los Portales. I walk in the portal doors.
The portal to the portals.
Yes. And I give them my card, and they go, this one was declined. I was like, run it again. Declined. So my mind goes back.
You start talking slow. Amigo! Me have $30,000 in account.
2 weeks ago.
No bueno.
2 weeks ago. El fired. Run it again. No. So 2 weeks ago, we got hit by a scammer on Facebook trying to sell tickets that I was tired, may have had a few drinks, was trying to help my wife get tickets for her family. All I had to do was just call the event person that I know very well. She ended up giving me tickets anyways because I think she felt bad. But I ended up sending $100 to some guy. I could tell you his name if you want to know it. I can tell you it ain't the woman. It ain't Brittany Page, the woman that said that she was on Facebook. No, this person, Josh, his name was, let me pull it up. His name was Micah. Oh, it's going to ask me for my password. Okay.
Micah. It sounds
His
biblical.
name was Micah, Micah, which should have been my first giveaway. But like I said, I had been having a few drinks and I was tired. It was late. His name was Micah. Oh, Erastus. Erastus. Erastus Micah. Micah. Now, I didn't type that name in. They gave me an email. And when I hit submit, that was the name that popped up. So I then said, that's not the name that popped up. And Julie said, did y'all get the money? And basically talking to them, they said, we didn't get anything. Try sending it to my cousin's account. And I was like, this is a freaking scam. And then the person blocked me and my wife. Her Facebook page is still on, I could see it on our Facebook page. If you wanted to see what she looked like. And she hasn't said anything on here in, months. So I think it was somebody that basically hacked a profile.
Yeah.
And just copied some of the statuses and everything. So anyways, long story short, I was worried that when they said the card got declined, I was like, okay, somebody got into my account somehow. So I looked at my card, looked at my bank account. There's nothing there. The bank actually, PayPal did nothing for us, by the way. Absolutely nothing, because we were following the person's request and send it by friends and family. And so PayPal was like, you're just fucking shit out of luck.
Right.
So we had to call our bank, and our bank basically made it right.
Right.
So don't know what happened. Card wouldn't work. I was like, I almost went baller status and shows like, look at how much money's in my account. Of course, that doesn't matter. She don't care. So I was like, you know what, Josh? I'm not going to make a big deal about this.
You're like, El Cash Out.
I'll be right back. I'm going to run to the ATM right over here, and I'm going to get some cash. So I'll run, put my card in. My card works at the ATM. I get money out, go and pay for it. It's got to be something wrong with Los Portales' card reading machine, right? Gotta be, because I got the money. It's it's their broke machine. Okay, so we find out that work's been canceled and everything, and we're like, crap. If it gets really bad, we don't have any milk here. Like, we need milk. So I go over here to Walgreens, right across the street, right down the street, to get milk. Get milk and a few things. Cards declined. All right, that's too weird. I pay for it and everything, so I call the bank the next day, and they're like, try it again. So, do you know how you feel, Josh, when your card gets declined? Have you ever had that happen?
Yes.
Even if you have money in there, you're thinking, because there's a line behind you, and they go, sir, this card's been declined.
They think that, oh, God.
You're poor.
Why'd you even take up all this time?
Can you Lysol down that card reader that he touched? I don't want his poor germs on me.
I'll just pay for him.
Yeah.
Move him along.
God bless you, sir. You get home safe to your family in that alley.
In that fucking foxhole in the woods.
What house are y'all living under? I'll send y'all some groceries.
What shed are y'all living in behind the house?
What are y'all doing to stay warm in this winter?
I know you probably have a barrel fire somewhere. Oh, shit.
You be careful of those barrel fires. You don't breathe in that carbon dioxide from the smoke.
Oh, man.
But anyway, so I called the bank the next day, and they're like, I don't see anything wrong with your card, which is always fun when they go, there's nothing wrong.
Something you're doing.
Something you're doing, dumbass. We've cleared the transit. They were like, maybe it was just it didn't go through enough times. Like you hit a limit of how many times it could be declined, and that's what I was like, but why was it declined in the first place? And they're like, we don't know. But try it again. It's like, all right. So I leave and I go to the local supermarket, and I've got cash on me because I go to the ATM again and get more cash because I'm like,
I thought you always have cash to pay
I
your
do.
prostitutes.
well, that's why I don't have cash. No.
I didn't say
That cash is not for me, Josh. That's for Consuela.
That's her money.
That's her money. It's been accounted for and budgeted. So anyways, I go and get the ATM.
Mr. Richard, take your frustrations out again. $50.
I'm going to let you sit in that for a minute.
You're a cheap whore, Consuela.
When you deal with Richard, you're dealing with style, class, and elegance.
Then you put her in a sleeper hold and put a 20 in her mouth.
Jesus. Can't let her know where I live. She'll know what direction I'm coming from.
You Batman her every time.
Is that what Batman did?
Dude, do you
he
not
put people in sleeper holds and
No.
put a 20 in their
Well,
mouth?
Not really. I was doing the wrestling reference.
Yeah.
You're like the $1 Million Man.
Yes.
But then I thought about Batman, the old TV show. And I think he even did it in a few movies as well. But like anytime he would ever have to take anybody to the Batcave, even if it was like the fucking mayor of Gotham riding in the Batmobile for some reason, he's like, I'm going to have to disable you or whatever he
Yeah.
would say. And he would put this fucking nerve gas on. And he would put a mask on. And then the fucker riding in the car with him would just pass
It was
out.
Cosby special, basically. Have
And
this
then,
wine.
and then they would wake up in the Batcave. Because
Batman, why are my underwear on weird?
why's my butt juicy feeling? What's that? I haven't even worked out today. I got swamp ass.
Batcave's very humid.
Yeah.
So basically what you're telling me is Ted DiBiase in his $1 Million Man character was like a very arrogant, like rich boy Bruce Wayne. He could have been Bruce Wayne. He was just a little bit more asshole-ish.
Right. He was more vocal.
Yeah, he
about
was more.
his status.
He was more about pushing his money. Yeah,
Yeah.
But
He-
Bruce Wayne did
pushing
the
his
same
weight
thing.
around.
Bruce Wayne bought things.
Yeah, but Bruce Wayne was always respectable.
Well, he was also trying to do good for the community.
Right. He wouldn't
Where
like
$1 Million Man
swatting-
was just like, I'm going to buy things for myself. Ha 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 ha. They both had the deep voice too.
You get the goddamn kid on the stage, and you're like, if you can bounce this basketball for a minute straight, I'll give you $100. And then he fucking swatted away from him. You know?
Jarvis, kill this boy. Sir, I cannot do that. Anyways, so they tell me, they say, try it again. They did the thing that I would do with the car hood up if we broke down the side of the road. Try it again, honey. Maybe it'll fire up.
Starter sounds like he's grinding now.
No.
One more time.
Give
bitch.
it just a second. Now give it a shot. Like I'm not doing anything. So that's basically what they did. So I went to the store. Card declined. And you get that you get that feeling behind you. You're like, shit, here's 20.
He's poor.
Yeah.
He's poor.
God bless him. Look at him. I bet he's got holes in those socks.
And then they ask after you leave, what was his name? I'm going to put him on the prayer list
Yeah.
at church.
That's what it is. That's the way you feel. So anyways, I get up and I call them back. And I'm like, hey, listen here, the card still doesn't work. This time I get a grizzled old veteran. She had to be a smoker. This is kind of the way she sounded. And I was like, Nancy, I think was her name. Nancy, why is my card not working? She's like, you didn't give it enough time. I'm like, it was like 30 minutes. It's got to be 20 to 15 minutes after she clears those transactions. You didn't give it enough time. Like, blaming me almost. So I was like, well, I just told you I gave it 30, and you're telling me it takes 15 to 20 minutes for that to reset. I feel like you don't know math, which is troubling because you work at a bank. I didn't get that harsh with her. She was like, well, I don't know what else to tell you. Basically, she just said, I don't know what else to tell you. Kind of up shit creek, aren't you? Well, go ahead and try it again, and we'll see if it works. And if it don't work, and I'm like, it's not going to work, Nancy. I know this. Well, you tried it too soon. Go try it again, and if it don't work, we can figure something out. Something
Western Union some money if you're in a pinch.
So basically, after I sit there in like long silences, like, this is it? You can't do nothing? Like, you can't go ahead and send me another card? Like, nothing? No, you got to try it again. So I'm like, I'm down to like $5 in cash now. Or no, $3 in cash now, Josh.
Consuela sucked it from the back.
$3 in cash. Because I've just had to use all this cash at like different stores, down to $3. I go into Walgreens and I'm like, all right, I'll buy like a 20-ounce drink, like one of those little, that you get right at the cash register, right? I open my wallet. It's $2.26. I open my wallet. I've got $2 in there. I thought I had $3. Poor. So I had to do the poor walk of shame out to my car to get change because guess what? My card didn't work again. Nancy was wrong. The card didn't fucking work. So I had to do the poor walk of shame out to my car, grab change, like a poor person would, and walk that change back into the store and buy my drink. Apologize to the cat. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry for holding y'all up.
I'm so sorry for being so poor. Here's my change. I gave her $2.35, and I think it was $2.26. I was like,
she's like, this ain't Sonic. Why are you fucking tipping me?
I was like, just keep it. I don't want any more reminders of how poor I am. So I call back, and I don't get Nancy this time. I get another woman. And this woman is just like bound and determined that it's the card readers in Jackson. She's like, a lot of times they're on the same server and it goes down. I was like, every card reader in South Jackson is down? And she's like, well, no. It's just probably the card reader. And I'm like, she's like, we can issue you a new card though. But she had just told me that if it worked in the ATM, it should work everywhere. And I said, it's not working anywhere except the ATM. She's like, well, maybe it's the card readers. She's like, well, we could reissue a card. She's like, but I mean, if it's working in the ATM, I don't think a new card's going to matter, but we can reissue you one. I was like, cancel this card and send me a new one, please. And she's like, well, if we cancel it, I mean, you won't be able to use it anywhere. I'm like, I can't use it anywhere now. So after kind of struggling with her a little bit, she finally decided to cancel the card. So I don't have a debit card for 5 to 10 business days.
You just have to be honest with your wife for a little bit. Baby, I need $1,500. I've got to go downtown this afternoon.
No, I mean, that's the part where he's like, now I have no source of money on me. That makes me feel nervous because it's like,
yeah, I'll be sucking a dick before the night's over.
Hand job.
To get what I need.
Yeah. But honest, like, it just
I
makes
could toss you off for a can of Spam there, young man.
It just makes you a little nervous not to have cash, right? Like, if you just don't have any payment methods.
I usually just use my card.
Yeah, but if you don't have that card, you have to trade services instead of goods. Well, one thing y'all can do, since I don't have any money right now, I'm poor, go help us out and buy a great shirt over at tinyurl.com/P3Radio Tees. Josh, if they go over there right now, what kind of shirts are they going to find?
I don't think we should focus on what kind of shirts they're going to find. I think we should focus on the number of shirts they need to purchase to get your bankroll back to baller status. They need to purchase at least 3 shirts a piece. Do that about 5 fucking times, and you'll make Richard's daughter smile. And you'll make Richard smile too. tinyurl.com/P3Radio Tees. That's your t-shirt hookup, baby.
That's tinyurl.com/P3Radio TEES. tinyurl.com/P3Radio Tees. The home of P3 Radio merchandise. No build up to this song, is there?
She comes out of the chute hot.
It's Dolly Parton with a song. What is it called? When people oogle and ogle women in the wrong way?
The Lord Have Mercy, Baby's Got Her Blue Jeans on song.
Objectifying. There we go. It's Dolly Parton objectifying a man.
I'm sure that's the way she felt walking in every Sitco station, you know, like her whole life.
Yeah. I'm telling you, Dolly's pretty rocking in this picture on YouTube.
It has to be a burden. It has to be a burden.
What?
Looking like that.
I mean, she was pretty hot for back in the day, too.
And can you imagine?
I mean, she's still not bad looking.
Yeah, if I was, a year or 2 older, I'd be all over that.
What, 2 years older?
Yeah, why not?
Be writing her letters. Dear Miss Parton.
Still ain't called me back.
I know your name is Parton, but I'd like to part something myself on you. And that's your legs, Miss Parton. It's a reach. But it sounds like something you'd say.
Probably more graphic.
Yeah. Oh, man. But yeah, how come no one had a problem with this song?
Because she's singing it.
See the outline of that dick.
All decked out like a cowgirl's dream. Why'd you come in here looking like that? Why'd you come in here?
This song will be stuck in your head for a few days.
Probably not.
I'm talking about you, not everybody.
No, not me at all.
No?
Nope.
It's been stuck in my head. That and that stupid song from the iPhone. The I look real good today. But I've been singing it like Count Chocula. I look real good today.
Which makes it
I
even
look
better,
real
right?
good today.
Today.
Today. I look real good today. You had never heard that song, right?
Well, I'm not.
It comes on football all the time, like all the football games. Like here's the iPhone commercial. It's called Doing Laps by Apple, iPhone 13.
I look real good today. I look real good today. I look real good today. I look real good today.
The kid in like a weird like tracksuit type thing, and he's just riding around his cul-de-sac.
His what?
That's what that's called, cul-de-sac.
I think it's a neighborhood.
No. So that's where you drive down the street and it just dead ends.
I'm not comfortable with you talking about sacks.
Cul-de-sac. That's what your sack would have been if I left you outside.
Probably
a
so.
Cul-de-sac.
Cul-de-sac in the wild west.
Boom, cul-de-sac in the room. They edited that song. But that's a cul-de-sac right there. That's what that looks like. It looks like if you were viewing it from a helicopter, it would look like, if the street was long, it would just look like a big penis.
Is that not what people in the South call a cove?
Cove, yeah. Could be a cove,
That's
too.
cove.
Maybe I'm saying it wrong. Is it cul-de-sac?
I've heard of that.
I don't know how to spell it, apparently. Cul-de-sac meaning. A street or passage closed. Yeah, it's cul-de-sac.
Well, cool. I'm glad you fucking gave me that French.
I look real good today.
Gave me the fucking French deal for what a cove is.
There you go.
Well, you know, you were getting with scammers and whatnot earlier. You thought you got scammed. Or
I looked
whatever.
real good
You
today.
did get scammed out of your black tie and boxing ticket money, or whoever your wife was buying for, or whatever. But
Herodotus Micah.
So, it was like 5:30 this morning. You know, the day is just beginning for me. Well, I woke up at like, I'm lying. I'm a liar. The day had begun at 1:50 something yesterday morning. That's when I woke
Let me
up.
know you were gone.
I woke up.
Why did you wake up at 1:50 something in the morning?
Because I sleep weird as a motherfucker.
Okay.
And
sometimes I just pass out on the lawn. That's how weird I sleep.
No, I fucking wake up all the time and I don't sleep good.
Oh.
But either way, 5:30 this morning, somebody that I've never talked to on our Facebook.
Yeah.
And he's friends with us. You know, he sends a message, on Messenger.
Huh. Just saw you on?
No.
He just sent it random at some point.
For some reason, I was on Facebook and I mistakenly hit the notification because a box pops up.
Yeah.
Whenever somebody sends you a message. Well, for some reason, I clicked it and I'm like, "Fuck!" He sees I read it. He sees that I read it, so
yeah.
I guess I got to answer it.
Pancho is online.
Fuck. And it was a weird ass question, so I immediately went to his profile, and the last thing I seen.
Hey, got any dick pics?
The last thing I seen on his profile.
Right.
It was what I was thinking, so.
Okay.
I felt better about what I was doing.
All right, so.
This guy.
You had a long conversation with him.
I sure did. Like I was almost late to work because this mother. I actually was late to work.
Yeah.
But I could have drove faster. I was just paranoid about the ice. So.
Oh man, dude, how long did you talk to this guy?
So at 5:39 this morning, this guy J.W. Davis. Now this is not the J.W. Davis guy.
Okay, this is some scammer.
He's from Arkansas. He was a wrestler at one point.
Yeah.
Whatever. This is not this guy.
This is somebody impersonating his Facebook.
Oh, it's his Facebook.
Oh, somebody's hacked his Facebook.
Yes. Hi. And that was the first message. Can you do me a favor? And that's when I accidentally did it. Clicked on it, and I'm like, fuck. And I was like, what's up? So immediately after I typed what's up, I searched this motherfucker on Facebook.
Right.
I'm like, I got to see about his profile, see what the fuck's going on.
Right.
He's talking to me at like 5:30 in the morning. He's either been up all night.
Right.
And he's wanting some squirrely shit to go on that I'm probably not wanting to be a part of.
Right.
I don't want no gift cards, man. I'm not transferring no gift cards for you either. Like, and on his page, I see this exact message that he sent me after I said what's up. And this was two different people screenshotting this same thing. And the last one that was talking about it, it was December 20-something. So this guy doesn't use his Facebook at all. And if he does, he's all but abandoned his hacked profile and created another one.
I want to see what this button does. Hold on. Oh, nothing. Okay. That was one that said prediction, and I thought it was going to be like, let me make a prediction here. I was going to say, let me make a prediction here, Josh. This is a scam.
Yes. Yes, that's what I was getting to.
Yeah.
The last two people, like I said, December 20-something, and it was the same screenshot of this paragraph that he sent me after I said what's up. I want to get into my Facebook on my new phone, but it not letting me, and he's got an extra L.
Right.
Lettling me.
Lettling me.
I'm only on
God,
Messenger.
it's been so long since I've been lettled.
I'm only on Messenger, I want you to help me receive a code. Now.
All right, so here's the question, Josh. what he was doing was he was trying to get our code. He was trying to hack our Facebook.
No shit. You think?
No, I'm not talking to you. I was talking to our audience. So immediately that would be like, I want you to help me receive a code. Like, what would you like? There are people that fall for this shit.
I know. God bless them, right?
Yeah.
And anyways, I want you to help me receive a code. Facebook will send you a code, and then you send it to me so that I can get in. Can you do that for me?
Can you do it for me? How?
And then that was one message, and then he sends another message with just a question mark.
Yes.
This is me going to his profile again, looking around.
Yeah,
like
what
what
the
is this guy doing about? And I said, yes, definitely.
Send me your phone number.
I want to play with this guy. It's just like, damn, I'm like a kitten with a new ball of yarn.
Right.
You know what I mean? And he said, send me your phone number.
And you gave him the wrong area code.
I gave him Mike Jones' number, 281-330-8004. Hit Mike Jones up on the low, and I'll have your product at your door.
Right.
Like, then immediately after sending that, send me your email. To which I reply, I don't have email. He said, do you have number that last with 75?
Yeah, he knows our 300-6675.
I had to think about that.
Yeah.
It's early in the morning. I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? And that was one message. And then he question mark. He doubled.
Like, come on, motherfucker. That's the one thing about scammers, Josh.
They're impatient.
They're impatient as all they have to do is work it a little bit. This would be like if you're trying to romance a girl, right? And you're kissing her and everything, and you got your hand on her knee, and you're slowly working up her thigh.
Her thigh?
Her thigh. She don't have that part. And she slaps your hand away, right?
Is that French for a tail?
Yeah.
Thigh.
and
instead of her thigh.
And instead of going, oh, I'm sorry, and you just keep trying slowly. This would be like getting your hand swatted away and be like, are you fucking bitch? you give it up now.
you punk bitch.
Do you have TeamViewer?
you asshole. Oh,
like,
I'm getting there.
There's no tact to that whatsoever. They immediately they're like, can you do me a favor?
You are son of shit.
Yeah. Can you do me a favor? Yeah, what's the favor? Do it now, please.
So he said, do you have number? Now, I'm reading this verbatim.
Yes.
Do you have number that last with 75? That's one message. Then the double question mark is the other message. And so I'm just like, man, I'm thinking, I got to get into the fucking shower right now. You know?
Right.
I'm nude. You're standing here talking to a nude guy. You know? I just want to get in the shower.
I'm surprised you didn't send him a pic of your dick.
I was close.
5:56 a.m. That's what this says.
Yeah, and I said, he said,
yeah, he asked if you have a number.
Do you have number that
75.
last was 75 in one message, double question mark in the other, and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna end this right here. He's gonna definitely know.
Yeah.
He knows that this is over right now.
Right.
I put definitely, boss. Give us a call or text at 731-300-6675, and we will solve your Facebook troubles and so much more. And go and buy all our shirts as well at tinyurl.com/P3RadioTees. That's TEES. But be aware, we are not responsible for your nipples being damaged or ripped off if you do not choose the second least expensive option.
And in fact, when you hit send, it posted our P3 Radio Teespring channel.
And then I got aggressive with him. Right after he didn't answer me with that, I said, do you have TeamViewer by any chance?
Which is what scammers do. Yes. Check the number that last with 75 the code was sent to it. Send me the code now.
He sends one message back that says what you just said. Check the number that last with 75 the code was sent to it. That's one message.
Yes. That's
next message.
That's the grammar too, by the way.
Yes,
Check the number that last with 75 the code was sent to it. No period, no nothing, no commas.
He hit send after that.
Yeah.
And then literally a fucking 2 seconds later, send me the code now. I got pissed. And I'm like, okay, I thought this was over.
Yeah.
You know? I said, you're pretty demanding for me capitalized, to be doing you, all caps, a favor. And then he immediately texts me back, 6-digit code. That's one message.
Yeah.
Send me the code. I put, I only see 4 numbers. Do you have TeamViewer? He won't answer me.
Yeah.
He said, check well. What the fuck?
What does that mean?
Am I checking under the couch cushions now?
Do you have a well that you have to check? If you had a well outside, you'd be like, what the fuck's in my well?
I think there might be a black widow under that well crest. But and then I put, what code are you talking about? My SSN?
Social security number.
Yeah. And then he put back, not your SSM.
M, not N. That's
And
what he
then-
wrote.
Yeah, that's some kind of messaging
Yeah.
thing or whatever. And then he said, the number.
SMS.
He said, another message, the number that lasts with 75.
Yeah.
Then he sent me another message. A code was sent to that number that lasts with 75. And I put, I thought you meant my social security number. I was going to spell it out for you.
Right.
Because I figured, if you're a true scammer.
Yeah.
And
Are
then
you gonna want my Facebook page, or are you gonna want my social security number?
Dude, you can do so much more.
Yeah, you can open credit cards
With my social security number. I am throwing that bait out for you. I've been talking to you since 5:35.
Yeah, it's 6:17.
I'm trying to go to work, man. So I thought you meant my social security number. I actually know that one! Exclamation point.
Right.
That was one message. He didn't say shit. So I got nervous. I'm like, I want to play with him just a little more. What last number?
I'm gonna take that black box away from you.
I put,
Said you wanted to play with him a little.
I put, what last number 75? Question mark.
So he probably saw that as like, what? Last number 75?
Yeah. That's not what I mean.
Yeah.
And then he types back, yes.
Yeah. I can assure you.
Yes. And then I put, I messaged him back and I said, I'm asking you what number. I have 3 of them. I'm saying I got 3 phone numbers.
So he doesn't know the word end, the one that ends.
I guess not.
Yeah.
I'm telling him I've got 3 phone numbers.
Yes.
The one that lasts
Last
with 75.
He even talks in like a foreign
Broken.
accent. He types in a foreign accent.
Like I hear
the one that have the last of 475.
I assure you it's 75. And so my next reply is, I see 5 numbers on that one. Screenshot it to me. This is at 6:22.
Yeah, he's
this
like
is crunch time.
He's
for
like,
me.
I don't even want you to type it in. Just screenshot the numbers.
I'm done with your bullshit. Screenshot it. And so my next reply, I'm like, man, it's fucking 6:22.
Yeah.
I have to go. I ain't even warmed the car up yet. Like, there's ice all over the car. I have to go.
Right.
I have to be at work at 7.
Yeah.
So I put I'm just going for broke with this, man. I've never got this
You've never
far
gotten this far.
with a
You've made it
scammer.
past the 5.
I'm almost at an hour now.
You've made it past the 5.
Yeah. I'm almost at an hour. I said, answer one question for me, and I will. Do we have a deal? Now, I'm speaking his language at this point.
Right.
Do we have a deal? I'm getting just bam, I'm hitting it right there. And he put yes. So, what do you think I asked the scammer? I got one question, and it's before 6:30 in the morning.
How big is Batista's dick?
I'm not cliche like that. Come on, man. That's a good one, but come on. That's too cliche.
What does camel dick taste like?
Oh, my.
That's stuff I've asked.
They don't have camel on their phone. What the fuck?
Dude, I've said some pretty abhorrent things.
Well, don't
to
divulge
some
them
of
on
these-
this podcast.
Oh,
I don't want to
really?
be associated with it.
Well, as soon as I'd say stuff like that, they'd be like, "Oh, you son of a bitch!
You son of shit!
Your wife suck my dick." I was like, "No, she
Your
don't
wife
like."
sucked my wife dick.
I was like, "No,
What?
she don't like micro penis." I'll say stuff like that. Like, oh, they get pissed. Oh, did I tell you about the one that called her, and she was like messing with them? Or no, they called me.
Yeah.
It was messing with me for a minute, and then they hung up on me, and then called immediately her because her number's 1 digit higher than
Right.
mine.
You jumped on there?
I jumped on there. Go ahead.
So I gave him that. Answer me one question, and I will. I'll screenshot it and send it to you. Do we have a deal? He says yes. I'm thinking, now, dude, I typed a couple. I typed out one, then I got a little bit of ways into it.
Yeah.
And I immediately deleted it.
Wow.
I'm a smart ass by trade. You know what I mean? That's just what I do.
Did you go to trade school for
I
that?
I did. I lived with my father for 20 years.
What you gonna do? You
did.
gonna take that torch and you gonna say it's pretty damn hot, ain't it? That's all we do in this smart ass class.
I lived with my father for 20 years.
Yeah.
So I immediately typed out, a train is leaving Chicago at 7:39 Central.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah.
Right. You were doing the math
And I'm going to take it, and I'm like, I'm going to need to be warming the car up before I get done typing all this shit. And then it hit me. I'm like, I'll ask this guy this. Maybe he'll know.
Right.
Dude, I said, do you think Steve Perry and Journey will ever get back together?
Don't stop believing.
To his reply, sure. And so
That's pretty
I'm
good.
like, oh, awesome. Okay. And then I type him another paragraph. I've got to be honest. Oh, Sherry was better than most of Journey's stuff. Foolish Heart was badass too. What's your favorite band? He
Yeah.
never
He never responded?
He never responded. He was done with my bullshit. I guess he knew with all that.
Do we want to send him a message now?
Well, I don't think he's going to reply, but, here you go. Take the wheel.
Did you get the code? There we go. Let's see if he responds. We'll call his ass. You know what I mean? If he responds, like we called the scammer. The one.
So, but I'm saying, like, okay, I don't want to sound like a Walmart here, but there is not a chance that J.W. Davis has his own account and this guy is just like.
Have you
know
ever
how
seen
clone
that?
a phone?
He just cloned the account. He just stole the picture, made the account, and he probably added us at some point and we just said okay, but it's probably not even the right.
Well, I went back to his Facebook account.
When was this? Because we would have gotten a message on our.
What are you talking about?
We would have gotten a message on our email saying, "Hey, you have a text message."
Well, this was this morning.
Oh, this was this morning. Let's check our voicemail. See if he left a phone. Like, it would be funny if he called.
Now you got to understand. Right now,
where
where I think this guy is probably from.
Yeah,
it's like 5:30 in the morning there.
We should just call him.
I think we should.
I think we should too. Let me see if he called.
Watch it be the right guy, like the actual guy.
Well, it's not
I've
too
been
late.
trying to get my fucking Facebook. What are you calling me for? I work third shift.
That would be
I
hilarious.
work goddamn third shift.
You could have helped me, but you just sitting there talking about Journey. I had to get my Facebook.
I fucking hate Steve Perry. Fuck him. He left, not Journey.
I like the
He
little
left.
Indonesian kid.
You're right.
He's better.
He's more reliable than Steve Perry, I'll tell you
Let's
that
see
much.
how many text messages we got this morning, Josh. We did get one. Here is your Facebook code. Confirmed to edit SMS preferences. Yeah, and it popped. Oh no! Wait.
That was
here is
old.
your
There's
Here it
the
is.
one
6
he
a.m. Here is your Facebook code. That's a long digit code. And
Like
that
he
would've-
typed it, huh?
That would have gotten him in. And then we had an unknown call at no, that's October. So nothing lately. But yeah, that would have been, dude. I'm thinking we call him.
Do it.
I'm thinking
Let's
we
do
call
it right
him.
now.
Let's see what happens. Giving him a old Facebook call.
Practice. Sorry, JW. Thought you got scammed.
Oh, my webcam to show. The best part is if he is asleep, like and it
We're
is the
waking him up.
scammer. Yeah. What is that motherfucking?
Time to get up to scam.
What are the chances that he has this block now?
Well, it would say that in the messages, would it not?
It would.
I guarantee you call him much more, he'll block us.
I think we should call him as many times as we can. What was his name? JW what?
Davis. Surely he has hit the X button by now.
So he's got 3 accounts. 4 accounts if you count this one.
He's like your father then, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, and this one... Oh, people are saying you've been hacked. Okay, so that might actually be him.
Yeah, I told you that's what people were saying on his page, but that was back in December. So he's not using it.
So yeah, he must not be using it. You think we should call one more time?
Well, hell, is it? I mean, you read harassment laws before this, right? So if we call him again,
is it illegal?
Well, I mean, if it's the country I think we're calling, then I don't think that they're going to extradite us from here.
Bring him here. Bring him here now.
Mr. Biden, I need you to extradite those 2 Bemis boys. They piss me off royally. JW.
Connected microphone. They don't have the right microphone connected. So if he did answer...
He does not.
No, I didn't. Let's see, microphone. There we go. Now they'd be able to hear us.
Cool.
He ain't going to answer, man.
You son of shit. Answer.
You sons of bitches. You know what time it is.
You bitch of son. You have a mouthful of shit.
Well, in the morning,
fuck 'em. We'll call him in the morning.
When you wake up in the morning,
I'll
them a call.
definitely give him a call.
Give them a call, and if you can record it. You know, that would be great.
I think we should just fucking Facebook Live it.
Yeah. Do it. Facebook Live it. We'll play it back on here next week.
At 4 o'clock in the
I'm going to
morning.
guess that he's not going to message us back. Like, that's probably the last time you've heard from this guy.
Which breaks my heart. I like a rib, man. I like it.
Yeah.
Especially when I think that they think that they might get me. You're not going to get me.
Dude, you know how stupid I felt when the scammer got money from me? I mean, the bank gave it back, but it reminded me of this Saturday Night Live skit where they were talking about, you know, having somebody steal your credit, and they're like, at I forget what bank it was. Let me just see if I can find it real quick because it's hilarious. It's old SNL, and it's the SNL.
You know, it had the fucking priest guy and what's her name on it? Are you not talking about from the 70s?
No, I'm talking about from like 94.
We've been talking about cards, and you see the first direct ad.
Here it is. This is the bit. I'll play it.
It was raining pretty hard when I got into Cincinnati. It was a long flight, and I was in the taxi when I noticed I'd lost my credit card. It was pretty late, and I really didn't know what to do.
Phil Hartman was
That's when the
hilarious.
manager of the hotel suggested I call the MetroCard 24-hour helpline, because I wouldn't be talking to a recording. I'd be in touch with a real person.
Okay, so I'm sitting here at like 3 in the morning. I haven't had a break for 2 hours.
So this ain't it. This ain't it at all. Let me turn that down.
Was she going to get us in trouble?
No. Well, she got herself in trouble. That's Roseanne.
Well, that's Roseanne. If you're Whoopi, you get something different, right? Right?
I guess.
Is that how it works?
I don't know what Whoopi said.
I do.
So, we won't worry about that. Oh, that's not it either. I wish I could find it. Anyways, we'll prepare next time. It was a bank. It was a credit
Apparently
card.
It was a long running bit.
It was a credit card commercial where it was like basically what they would do is they'd hit the scammers hard, and they would go after every one of them and see them arrested, and it's like, but no, we don't only stop there. We go to their local village and set their houses on fire. And it was like all this bad stuff that they did. And I was like, that's what I want. You know what I mean? Like when I got scammed.
I want their families to fucking suffer.
I want them to suffer in front of these people. Like when somebody steals from you, you're like, You know, like they got me. Even our good, not our good friend, but the guy that we've talked about on here, Jim Browning. He's from England. He's the one that would tap into the security systems in India.
Yeah, he's our good friend.
Yeah, he's a good friend. I wanted him on, but he's from England, and he was doing something with his YouTube page and got hit by a scammer that had him delete his own page. And he's like, I was just in talks with YouTube already, and when they sent me that message, it was just right time, right place, and I followed them. He's like, just to show you anybody can fall for this. So, man, yeah, I mean, I guess anybody could fall for it, but yeah, when you do fall for it, it's like, oh, fuck. I want to kill everybody. You feel stupid. You know what I mean? It's just, and you're not. People are out there to try to take advantage of you. It's just kind of like when your debit card don't work. You know, it's like poor, but in this case, it's idiot.
Well, it's the same scenario, you know, like mentally, as you know, you're at the fucking carnival, and that jackass is like, now look, you know, you hit 3 shots, you get this fucking PlayStation 3.
Right.
You know? But the goddamn rim on the basketball,
right?
The goal
bent,
is like bent.
Sprayed
so
with Pam.
You would literally have to be like fucking Kyrie Irving or some shit, Stephen Curry, and just be fucking so accurate with your shot.
I love how when they sometimes do that thing, look, it goes right in, and they just place it over and it goes through, or they put their hand over it and they put the ball through the hoop and everything. They're trying to force it down. Get in there.
You would have to have like pinpoint accuracy to get 3 shots in. But for some reason, they can keep coercing you along and just, hey,
well,
I tell you what, you know, it's regularly $5 for 3 shots.
Yeah.
Now look, I heard you say you ain't got a lot of money left. You've made 1 shot. Now look, I'll give you 5 more shots.
Right.
That's more than enough that you need from $5 more. Yeah. That's it. $5 more. You know, like.
Or they do the upsell where you make 2 and you miss the 3rd one, and you're like, I'll give you 5 more shots to make 1 more, and you make 1 out of the 5, and they hand you this little keychain. You're like, no. I was like, well, no, you got to make consecutive shots to get that. I've had that happen before where I'm trying to win a big prize, and I'm like, I just want that thing. That's the thing I want for my daughter, that big teddy bear right there. And I pop the balloons with the dart, and they hand me like a little bitty small teddy bear. I'm like, no, I want that one. Well, that one, you got to hit 3 in a row plus this. And
dude, I broke them down one time. I was just like, how much money is it going to take for me to get that big one up there? Well, I mean, theoretically, you'd have to hit 3 shots in a row 5 times, and that'd be $20 to play that game. So I figure you give me $20 and you hit 1, we'll call it square.
Is that what he said?
Dude, I've handled business like that with a carny before. How much is it going to take? And, you know, I'll fucking pay you, and I'll just hit the goddamn balloon, and we'll call it square. You know, easy.
I'm going to tell you this much. When you hit 3 in a row and you need that 4th one, I'm going to play some defense.
I'm going to shake the hell out of the goddamn balloon wall.
I'm going to distract the shit out of you. I might even hit some flash photography just before. Look at this perfect shot.
Got your picture. Damn, forgot to turn off the flash.
Oh, better luck next time. You gonna play again? Start all over?
$5 more. 10 shots this time.
That was one of my
He's
favorite.
got that much faith in his bent rim.
One of my favorite parts of Joe Dirt was where he was spraying down.
Whenever he hit the first shot, he was like, damn, how'd that? I mean, good shot.
Right. Hold on 1 second. Get the ladder, Jerry. Let's do something.
Thought you Pam the hell out of that
He's
fucking rim.
They're denting the shit out of the rim after he lands.
We got to do scheduled maintenance right now.
Clink, clink, clink. No, I mean, yeah, my favorite part of one of my favorite parts of Joe Dirt's when he's spraying those, like, you throw the ring toss and it has a land, he's spraying it down with Pam. Well, Josh, we'll end on this one. This is an old video. This is back when Tony Danza was the man, right? Like,
I don't know, man.
He had a show on.
Who's the Boss was done mid-90s, right?
Yeah, but I mean, this is definitely from the mid-90s.
He's still the man, you know, Tony.
He's still Tony Danza, you know?
Angela, what are you doing, man?
I like it. It's fun. You know, we talked about phone calls with the guy that the scammer and everything. Well, this is sometimes, Josh, technology doesn't go the way you think it does. So let's play this footage right here.
Tony, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
This is Tony Danza doing pre-interview before he's about to go on the news live.
Before his ABC Live at 6 fucking...
Yeah, on a local news channel, right? So they're
Definitely
doing.
local
So
news.
basically, what we're doing is the show's not doing well in Des Moines. I don't know where this is at, but it's not doing well in Des Moines. So they're like, let's pep it up. We'll do some local interviews in Des Moines, Topeka, anywhere that it's not doing well, and we'll try to get your face out there.
You know where all the Tony Danza fans are.
That Tony Danza is a good-looking man, I said.
You seeing them damn
He's Italian, too, so you know he's got a big pecker. Mm-hmm.
See it right through them polyester pants.
Well, tight and fitting jeans. You can tell he's been circumcised. No mystery there.
Look like Cobra Commander wearing a helmet.
Uh-huh. Looks like he's got a little python in his jeans there.
Python.
I thought you said look like you got a little pasta on his. Probably does.
Right.
Probably does.
I bet that thing goes off like a fire hose. Just whipping around all uncontrolled.
That's only when Angela gets round, though. He's hot for Angela.
He is. He loves her. I think he's got something going on with Mona. He's always there with her.
I'd have made old Mona moan.
Did your grandmother ever have weird conspiracies about shows? Because I think I just made that up.
I mean, no, she just, she'd watch wrestling.
My grandmother would watch.
And the Statler Brothers.
My grandmother would watch daytime TV, and she would sometimes come out with that.
I think them two have something going on out there. I bet you.
You see the way he looked at her after he kissed that other woman?
I remember her plain as day. I was watching wrestling one day, and she's talking to my mom. She's like,
how many of those men you think are really faithful to their wives?
None.
Yeah, I was like, you're on to something.
0.
All right, so here's Tony Danza doing a local interview. This is before the show comes on.
Tony, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
About being on these things.
1, 2, 3, 4,
You end up
5.
on those news shows so often, you know? And those news shows are terrible.
Tony?
I'm telling you, I just realized it because I'm hearing the news show in the background. You always think that you're doing those good morning shows, but this is one of those news shows. Kim, I'm telling you, this is crazy. I don't want to do this.
So
Wow.
she thinks that she thinks at first the news anchor thinks he's messing with her because she's still smiling.
Tony.
I'm going to be part of the local news. How exciting.
I think Tony just had like his career flash before his eyes.
No, not here. He doesn't even know that he doesn't know he's on yet.
He's like,
Did you hear what somebody said in the background?
I was at the fucking Grammys 2 years ago.
Did you hear what somebody said in the background? Listen.
Tony Danza.
He putting us down.
Never know when people are listening to what you're saying, Tony.
So he can't hear what they're saying.
Right after
I'd hate to know that he fucking knew what he was saying.
Yeah.
And he just kept on.
Yeah. These pieces of shit. They think I can't even hear them now. Listen to
Local
them.
news.
Probably all poor.
I was at the fucking Tony Awards 2 years ago.
Name the shit after me.
What the fuck?
Listen to this.
Murder and mayhem and the rescue in California. Tony Danza. I'm so excited.
Jeez. Now she's
Okay.
Now she's definitely showing.
Yeah,
like
if
she's
they were a
pissed
couple,
now.
if they were a couple, he's not getting no pussy tonight for sure.
He's not gonna get past that fire.
Might as well
Tony.
make some more pasta. Keep
Can
it
you
in the
hear me?
trousers. Go ahead.
Now.
Yes, I can.
Okay, we're going to start the interview now.
I can.
Okay.
Oh, listen.
Tony, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, we're going to start the interview now. No murder and mayhem, just the interview about your movie. You ready?
All right, fine.
And then he's like, holy shit.
Yeah, you could see it
Angela,
on his face.
They fucking heard me.
Listen, I love how you think that he was just around that actor all the time and he didn't know her real name.
Well, that's how I know Tony Danza. Okay? Do you want me to do the old woman from 227?
Yeah.
Because that's what I know her from.
Here we go. Let's do it again.
Okay, we're going to start the interview now. No murder and mayhem, just the interview about your movie. You ready?
All right, fine. Oh, you heard me, huh?
Oh, every bit of it.
Oh, good.
Joining us now is Tony Danza. You know him from
Well, don't you
Taxi.
feel? Don't you feel a little bit?
Now he's backpedaling a little bit. Look.
Well, don't you
Taxi?
feel? Don't you feel a little bit like that's what you do? I mean, not for nothing. It's not just me who thinks that, by the way. Go ahead. All right.
Well,
Dang.
that's how my
Double down.
Damn. You don't do shit, right?
Right. You know that, right? Your job ain't shit. You nothing. I mean, I ain't the only one that thinks it. Fuck it.
You're a fucking shit stir. That's what you do.
I was in the garbage picking, field goal kicking Philadelphia phenomenon. You know, this is a Disney movie where I kick field goals with a work boot on. It was. I don't know why I remember that movie.
Fucking Brahma steel-toed boot.
Yeah, I think that shoe's illegal.
Well, I don't think the steel gives me any advantage, Angela.
Go ahead. All right.
Well, it's how I make my living. So
No, listen. I'm not knocking you. I'm just saying you can't don't deny it. Please. I don't care. You should make a living. I think that's fine.
Okay, let's talk about.
Oh wow.
Boy, everybody heard me, huh?
Question.
After it's over, everybody heard me, huh? Oh,
wow.
I wonder how many.
I think I'll go be a school teacher. Huh?
I
And
don't know
he
what
fucking did.
Is that what he's doing now?
Yes, he had a show that they tried to do on A&E back in like 2008, I think.
Really?
And he was trying to be a teacher within the Philadelphia school system. And the camera crew was following him day to day or whatever. I can't remember. It was like teaching Tony Danza or some fucking shit like that. But yeah, it only lasted one season, and that was it. It was kind of stale. It was just like him. Well, I think I've figured out the problem.
Holy shit, he's 70 years old.
Yeah, man.
Dang, and you forget he's in Taxi, which was the show that.
Yeah, he was in Taxi as well.
Oh man,
he wasn't the biggest character on that show.
His most recently, Tony Danza starred on an early 2020 episode of Fox's sitcom Overmatched. He portrayed Jay Bennett. Oh, Outmatched. Sorry. He portrayed Jay Bennett, the father of Jason Biggs' lead character Mike. Although the one-off likely would have paved the way for more work on the series, the show came to an end just 10 episodes into March 2020.
I guess he's kind of got that vibe, man.
I got to see that picture.
Well, look up Tony Danza.
Hold on, just give me a second. I just want to see this picture. I'll look that up. Hold on. I just want to see what is.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Look at that middle.
Who does
one.
he look like?
Oh man.
Who does that look like?
Kind of like Joe Walsh if he had more fucking facial surgery.
Kind of like a skinny Sam Elliott without a mustache.
Like a cousin, like Jim Elliott.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey Sam, where's Mom at? The fucking reunion here,
Anyways, you want me to look up the school thing?
Yeah, Tony Danza. Well,
Tony Danza school.
Teacher. He was the teacher.
School teacher. All right.
Let's see.
Actor turned teacher Tony Danza shares his classroom experience doing St. John's School luncheon. Breakthrough Houston hosts envisions. Okay, I don't know.
Just go to that goddamn Wikipedia.
All right. Dang. It's called Back to School.
That was the first episode. It's Teach with little fucking periods.
Colons.
Colon. Tony Danza. Teach Tony Danza. And it premiered October 1st, 2010. Damn.
So this is new. It's a new show. He was 58 when this came out.
During the 2009-2010 school year, the show premiered on October 1st, 2010. And filming took place predominantly during the first semester of the school year. And obviously, it didn't last that goddamn long because it was only 7 episodes.
You're the only person that remembered that too, by the way.
Now look,
I don't even think Tony Danza would remember.
To be fair,
to
be fair, he kind of ramped it up for season 6 or
episode. There was
6
no
and 7.
season 6 or 7. There was barely a season 1, Josh.
Would you even call this a season?
Would
this not be? This is more so. You remember that bullshit back when we were kids that took place like over a week's period of time. Like fucking networks would do that, where they would air like the miniseries,
right,
over a week's period of time. Yeah. You knew, like when you got home from school that night, fuck, Mom's gonna be watching this bullshit again
about the woman that killed the man that was cheating on her, and it's a 4-part series.
So this is nothing more than like you remember that The North and the South had Patrick Swayze and Matthew Broderick and fucking
I know what you're talking about.
Like it was.
I think you're mixing Glory and North and South together.
Glory. Well, who was in?
Patrick Swayze was in North and South. I think that was the name of it, North and South.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that was the name. I know what you're talking about.
It's on ABC and shit.
Yes.
Well, I think The North and the South had more episodes than Teach Tony Dance.
I love if you look at the ratings because Wikipedia has it broken down. First episode got almost 1 million viewers, Josh.
Yeah, it was close.
Second episode lost almost 300,000 viewers.
Like, fuck this shit.
And then it just steadily declined until episode 6, where it gained 100,000 viewers.
And it stayed there.
And it stayed there.
And they pulled the plug.
Yeah, and they were like, it ain't going to get better than that first episode.
Who the fuck wants to see, like,
Dude, this show was 45 minutes long. It was an hour-long show.
It was kind of stale, man. Like, from what I watched, it was kind of stale.
Why did you stick around this long? You were one of the 500,000 people that watched this.
Well, no, I was just one of the ones that caught the little marathon on A&E during a weekend when they were trying to cycle through shit to play.
Did you ever watch the Joe Schmo show?
No.
Oh, you would love that. That was where
I remember it being
Truman
a thing.
showed him. Truman showed the guy. It was hilarious. They got a lot of, like, some of the people on there actually become, like the woman Kristen Wiig. Is that her name? She was in Bridesmaids, and she was on Saturday Night Live. She actually made it big, but she was on there as like a psychiatrist. You would have loved it, dude. But anyways, yeah. Like I said, I don't think even Tony Danza would remember this, especially in his advanced
he's
stage.
70, so probably doesn't.
I don't remember doing that.
Well, you know, they call it the Danza curse for a reason, right? I sign up for something that lasts for 5 or 7 episodes, then we go home. Hey, you know.
I played baseball.
I didn't breach contract. I showed up. I fucking did what I was supposed to. Huh? You know, this is what you do for a living? You just tell people to go home? You know? I'm not saying you shouldn't make a living. You know?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that.
I got to play this one last one because I know we're over time, Josh. But what is the stupidest thing you've ever fought about? Probably a girl, maybe.
I chased a guy in my car when he cut me off.
Okay, so you road raged out at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Have you ever fought over food? Like, other than, who's eating all the fucking... Have you ever done anything other than that? Like, have you ever thrown something?
No.
All right, something kind of broke down this week, Josh, and this is pretty exciting. Here we go.
Also tonight, a brawl at the buffet. This is Eyewitness News at 6, and we are streaming live on CBS News Philly. Hello and good evening, everyone. I'm Yuki Washington.
And I'm Jessica Cartalia. Friday night out turned into a melee in Bensalem at a Golden Corral restaurant. Now police are trying to figure out how it all started. Eyewitness News reporter Matt Petrillo is in Bensalem tonight. Matt?
All right, this is in Bensalem, which I think is in Pennsylvania. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Josh, what did you see in that video while it was playing?
Motherfuckers throwing chairs.
Throwing chairs, breaking lights.
Chair, breaking jaw.
Well, I talked to a man who posted that video online. He says he was told that fight broke out after the buffet here ran out of steak.
So the fight was because of steak.
No, what happened was...
lack of steak. Sorry.
No. I seen an interview.
Well, they're going to get to it, I'm sure.
I seen an interview with one of the guys that was involved.
Yeah.
Throwing the chairs and stuff.
Yeah.
And literally, he said that the other guy that started it.
They're going to do this, but go ahead.
Oh, no, you got it then.
I think so. Let's listen.
Video shared with Eyewitness News shows punches being thrown
It's like
and high
40
chairs
people.
flying as a fight breaks out.
And they're not throwing chairs; they're throwing high chairs.
Well, that person does have a mask on. Make sure you wear your masks now when you're fighting each other with these chairs. And those are high chairs. Those
That's what I
plastic high
just said.
chairs.
Those are high chairs. Those aren't even chairs. Thank God the babies weren't in them.
Right. Thank God there's no kids there.
I'm sure
Look at this shirt on this woman, too, by the way. Is that a shirt?
Hello.
She's just wearing, looks like a bra with a, is that a jacket over?
I'd hit her with my best Tony Danzig. How you doing? Maybe we should go to the back of this cul-de-sac over here.
You can't tell.
And I'll see about my cul-de-sac, huh?
You can't tell what she looks like because her face is blurred
I don't
out.
need to see what she looks like. I already see what her titties look like.
Inside the Golden Corral in Bensalem Friday evening.
Okay, that shirt was a shirt. It just looked like it was skin tight, and it looked like it wasn't a shirt. Here we go.
Bensalem police confirm the brawl may have involved more than 40 people and happened following an argument among some customers.
They're hitting
Officers
lights.
are still looking into what caused the argument.
I've never seen nothing like that in Golden Corral before.
This man who used to work at the Bensalem...
Describe this man, Josh.
He's got ligature marks on his neck. Looks like he gets his rocks off the...
He's wearing a Timberland beanie.
In a rough way.
He's wearing black rimmed glasses, a nose ring. He's probably late 20s?
I mean, your guess is as good as mine. They all look alike, don't they? That's a white guy.
He looks like a hipster. Yeah, he looks like a hipster, definitely.
I didn't want to come off like
Yeah, the next voice you hear is...
I hear that sound drop.
Right.
They'll paste it to something else.
Salem Golden Corral says he was told by a current employee about the initial altercation.
From what I heard, it was over steak. Apparently,
Hold
somebody
on.
cut it.
You're a former.
This guy wasn't even there.
From what I heard was...
It was a guy... So, from what I'm hearing, this bitch wanted a steak, right? They're interviewing a former employee. That's how
he
they're...
could be disgruntled. It wouldn't even matter,
Yeah.
In line.
His friend heard the same details.
There was a shortage of steak.
Lord have mercy at his friend.
Describe what you're seeing,
Lord
Josh.
have mercy.
Describe what you're seeing here.
If the nose ring didn't give a tell that fucker was a hipster,
Yeah.
his fucking friend, Lord.
Something's breaking outside.
It's like somebody's trying to break in your door.
Maybe.
Yeah, they're trying to break in your door.
Yeah, maybe. Anyways, go ahead, finish the...
If the nose ring on the other fucker didn't give it away, this fucking guy has the beard and the same black rim glasses, but he's got side shave.
Yeah, notice how it
on his
fades
fucking
right
hair.
here, where the sideburns are.
But
and
it's
the-
like that on both sides.
Yes, yes.
So he's almost got, what do you call that? A
He's
faux
almost got...
hawk?
It almost looks like a reverse mullet.
You
Like,
call it it's
party in the front, business in the back.
Yeah, like he probably tucks it under a
hat.
toboggan,
Yeah.
a beanie as well.
Yeah. Let's finish this clip.
And yeah, two parties were involved.
Take a close listen, and a man can be heard saying, "All I wanted was some steak." Golden Corral wouldn't
All I
answer our
wanted was some
email
steak.
asking if a lack of steak caused the melee. But JK Hospitality, the Golden Corral franchise, wrote in a statement, "Thankfully, no serious injuries have been reported. The safety of our guests and coworkers is our top priority."
Oh my God.
Meantime, people we
Another
showed
high
the video
chair.
to
Right.
blame the customers.
Not respect for people or for property or anything.
Or
Disgusting
buffets.
that
Right.
people would even do that in a public place when there's children around.
Our community should be safe for families.
And police tell us they're still trying to identify the person who started that food fight, but say the person faces several charges.
Wouldn't they have all the security camera footage and...
Your interview didn't get to the meat of the
Right,
matter,
right.
so to speak.
I've heard what you're about to say.
Well, the one guy that was interviewed that I seen, he says that he ordered a rare steak.
Yes, and that he was served first.
He got his steak first, and the guy at the table over from him had ordered a well-done steak.
Yes.
And this motherfucker could not comprehend how this one guy got his
steak first.
before. He's like, I told you, man, it's rare. They're going to get mine out first.
Right.
And then they had words and blah, blah, blah.
High
and
chairs
then the
get
motherfucker
thrown.
picked up a high chair.
But that's crazy, man. I've never seen a fight like that go down over steak.
So many people. That's my problem.
Right.
There's too many people. Then you got women all in the mix, and you're throwing high chairs and stuff. It's not good.
Well, tell you what else isn't good, Josh. We've went way over tonight.
What's the time on it?
Like over an hour and 40.
Oh, my. An epic.
So if they want to follow us on Facebook or give us a call, Josh, how do they do that?
Well, if you're on Twitter, we are at P3 Radio, the number 1. On Facebook, put in that search bar, Pop Poncho, Poncho. You'll see our photo. And if you want to get with us the old school way, try to get our fucking Facebook password or whatever, our phone number is 731-300-6675.
Send me the code.
Send me the code now.
For Josh Brawley, this is Richard Mulligan saying thanks for listening and good night.